Alrighty, Duelist of the Roses, old game. I think it came out in maybe 2000 and I'm going to say 2002, 2003, something like that. Alright, these runs are type specific. So this one is Sea Serpent, and let me just go to the library, card library here. The first thing you'll notice about Sea Serpents is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 total Sea Serpent monsters in the game. You might notice Kirishin's got a pretty high deck rank. That's not because I'm using a save file which I've had played on for a long time. Doing these runs, it's not going to be feasible starting a new game every time. The starter decks aren't, they somewhat are specific for a type, but not that specific for a type. Alright, sorry. Let me just run through the deck. I have put in a lot of ritual cards just to take up the 40 card limit. So we've got Kirishin, Takraminas, Aqua Dragon, Sea King Dragon, and Spiked Zedra. Those are the only 5 Sea Serpents anyway, and the rest are just equip cards, a couple of Solomon's Lawbook, which will give you another turn to play cards from your hand. Dragon Treasure, that's equip. Some of the traps are there just to take up deck space as well, because we're not going to need it. So if you're familiar with this game, which I will assume viewers of these are, if you've never seen the game before and you're curious on like the starting scenes, I do have a playthrough of this where I went straight from the beginning. But the first duelist, if you side with Simon, is Taya. So I'll go through the duels in like story order. I just won't be starting a new game for every type, because then I'll have to re-get all the cards and all that. It'll take a lifetime. So there are codes to unlock most of the cards, not all, but most, at the very start of the game. So it's really subjective, your thought process on these runs. The decks you start with, some are type specific. Some sort of hover around 3 different types, but none of the starter decks are really that strong. Aqua of the Maiden's usually the one I go with. Alright. Dragon Treasure with Kirishin. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to put Umi in the deck. I will need Umi. So Kirishin's good. He can turn terrain into water. I do have Mirror Wall in the deck, but I won't use it for opponents like this. I'll only use that against like the Manawin, whatever his name is, because he is the dirtiest duelist you'll ever find in a Yu-Gi-Oh game. With his Ryokus and his tremendous fires and all that. So yeah, when you side with Simon, you get 1 duelist at a time until you reach Yugi. When you side with Kaiba, you start off with Weevil and Raptor, so it's actually recommended to side with Kaiba first if you've started this game from scratch. Because you will eventually run into Mai, and Mai will pretty much cream every starter deck in the game. Only thing with the Sea Serpent deck is that they are strong monsters, and they do also have quite a high summoning cost as well. So Aqua Chorus gives 600 points to all of your water monsters. Alright, we should be able to end Taya here. Taya's she's not difficult. It's pretty hard to lose to her, actually. Alrighty, first win. Spin the reels. Alright, aim for the arrow. Almost. With the graveyard slot machine, if you get slot machine to your deck master, I think Swordstalker might be another one. They will give you an extra chance to win in the slots. You can go diagonally instead of just crossways. Alright, next duelist in the story is Tristan, who is a terrible duelist in this. His AI strategy is so bizarre. Like, he literally will not attack your monsters. He will just go for your deck leader. He does have a crab turtle ritual, which is his only card above 2000. I think the other one is Patrician of Darkness. So yeah, Tristan's fairly easy. In fact, if you do start with siding with Simon, battling Tristan a few times to get some deck reincarnations is actually recommended. And I forgot to put Umi in the deck again as well. Alright, let's get rid of that. We're not going to need it. So Kirishine is probably going to do most of the game for us. Get rid of Sleeping Lion. We're in range to attack. He will move his deck leader to the left, as most of them do. And also not summon anything strange. Like I said, the AI in this game is a bit strange. They will make some very, very strange moves. Yeah, he should have a monster strong enough to beat Spike Seedra. And Spike Seed was in there just as another option as a monster. It's obviously this is a type run, so I'm not going to have any Thunder monsters in the deck to utilize Spike Seedra's effect, but no matter. Alright, let's get rid of that. Yeah, in Duelist of the Roses, it's a very odd Yu-Gi-Oh game, to be honest. You don't need a lot of monsters in your deck. You can do the whole game with just like 5 or 6 monsters in the deck. So the fact there's not many Sea Serpent monsters isn't really an issue. I think the hardest duelists will probably be the ones that hang out in Crush terrain. Oh, there's Aqua Dragon. Aqua Dragon's got a very good effect as well. Whenever he attacks or is attacked, he will change the terrain to water. So he is pretty much always 2750 attack, unless he's been decreased by something, but he will always have a terrain advantage. Makes him very difficult to beat. Alright, easy win with Tristan. As I said, he's never been a difficult duelist in this. Alright, the next one is, yeah, I think it's Mai. Yeah. And for a duelist, that's third out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like maybe 9 or 10 in Yugi's line. You've also got the final duels against Manoan and Richard Slasheen as well. But for a third duelist, Mai is incredibly difficult. And I've forgotten Umi again. Mai is capable of getting her monsters well past like 3,500. Like easily past 3,500. Which makes her like incredibly strong for this part of the game. Like she gets her monsters as strong as the high-rated Manawin, like the last Duelist. After he's used a Ryoku on something. Alright. Fortunately, she hasn't fused anything, which is very unlike her. Usually on her first turn, she's at least fused something, or given something to equip cards. So, alright, let's push him forward. Alright. I've got another Kuri Sheen. Curse Breaker. Yeah, her deck leader has double movement as well. And she's also the sort that will move towards you in front of like enemy monsters and like attack you from range as well. So her AI is actually pretty good. It's amazing what a little terrain advantage does in this game. I'm surprised she didn't put a card in the mountain terrain there and attack me. Usually she would have. But with just 1,000 life points left, oh, they all get decreased, but that's fine. Dragon Treasure. Does Dragon and Sea Serpent monsters in this. So, let's knock her out. So we got fortunate with that duel. Mai is capable of bringing out much more power than that. Alright, let's spin reels. Fake traps. Alright, tie home. Oh, there's two. Alright, where is it? Get it? Ah! No, I hate the reels sometimes. The best card I've ever got from it, believe it or not, is Ryoku. I don't have it on this file. It was a few years ago, but yes, you can get Ryoku from the graveyard reels. Alright, just let me add Umi to my deck. I think they're up here. It's alright, let me ditch cool. Alright, and I do have a reincarnation, as you do see. Let's reincarnate. Where's something I have too many of? Toon Summon Skull. Launcher Spider. Labyrinth Wall. And Stop Defense or Block Attack. That's Block Attack. Well, that was a useless reincarnation. I have already got 3 Launcher Spiders, 3 Labyrinth Walls, and 4 Block Attacks. In fact, I can't really get much more from the reincarnations. I do need a few fusion cards, which Mai has Serpent Knight Dragon Fusion, but it doesn't appear in the graveyard reels. From here, you go to Dover, You get the boat, you go off into the ocean. Mako promises to get you to land, but in the middle of the ocean he will challenge you to a duel. In the story. Yeah, I've got a full game video on this if you want to watch the cutscenes or something, but this game doesn't really have cutscenes, it's more just text dialogue. There is a small movie, or like a small little cutscene with Simon and Kaiba at the start. And then there is, if you side with Simon instead of Kaiba, you do get a little scene with Yugi, sort of like in his palace. It's more just still shot, text-based. And you'll get another little one when you're near the end of the game, when he's going into battle in England. But yeah, there's nothing special about any of your cutscenes in this. Alright, I'm gonna use Sea King Dragon. Obviously, Mako is going to be very easy. His strongest card is Kirushin. Does he have Aqua Dragon? I can't remember if he has Aqua Dragon or not. I don't think he does. I think he might be able to fuse it. But I don't know if he actually has... If he actually physically has an Aqua Dragon card. I don't think he does. Alright, we're pretty much just going to chase him into the corner from here. Alright, that fusion. Sea King Dragon and Roaring Ocean Snake. Yeah, that'll be Aqua Dragon. Actually, no, we don't even need to place on Solomon's Lawbook, do we? Alright, another easy win. I did know he wasn't going to be very difficult. Alright, Sea King Dragon. Really. Alright, after Mako, it is Joey. That's just another port. Alright, so now we're against Joey. I've also got all those cards in. Remember on this, you need to keep your debt cost under your opponent, even if you've already beaten them, which is really stupid. I don't like that feature of the game. No, I won't use Mirror Wall until I've reached... I'll only use it against the two final duelists, the Manowans, because they get to use Ryoku and all this, and Change of Heart and all this. Solomon's Lawbook, very useful card. And I've not drawn a good hand. Joey also isn't really that difficult. He has red eyes. He does have a metal morph, so he can get red eyes black metal dragon. But oh my god, this is terrible. I'm gonna have to discard a couple. With decks that don't have a lot of monsters, this is a downfall to them, as you can see. The fusion, that could be a Flame Swordsman. It could also be a Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. Oh, you're kidding me. A monster sometime this duel would be nice. Let's get rid of Echo Chorus. And what have we got? We've got about 10 monsters or so in the deck. To get halfway through the deck and not draw a single one of them, or nearly halfway through the deck, not draw any of them, that's pretty rare. It doesn't happen very often. Finally, and it's literally our weakest monster as well. And I don't want to be in the wasteland field. Also remember in this, if you run out of cards in your deck, you don't lose. It actually doesn't matter. Yeah, it's another strange mechanic about this game, is that your win and loss record doesn't be affected if you run out of cards. You just continue the duel until either one of you lose or you run out of the turn count. Which, after the however many years I've played this game for, I've never run out of turn count on this before. I think the game draws, or do you lose? I don't know. It's actually crazy. I'm halfway through the deck. I've had one monster drawn. Usually I would have swatted Joey by now. Alright, drawing a second monster, and again, it's not one of the better ones. I need like a Career Sheen. Either a Career Sheen or an Aqua Dragon would win the duel right now, probably. Alright, finally we've got... how much more equipped do I have? Actually, I just thought of that. I could just flip Career Sheen up and just attack that card with Takraminas. Let's see what that is. Axe Raider. If you have a few extra cards in the graveyard slots, it does make it a little bit easier to try to hit 3 of them. Oh, Nekagel. Pretty much one of the few cards he could have put on the field that he wouldn't have actually lost all his life points from. The AI will still attack Aqua Dragon if it's weaker. They will not take Aqua Dragon's effect into consideration. It's another sort of like letdown with the AI on this game. Alright, it should be done this turn. He shouldn't be able to get out of this. Oh, has he got a strength tie with my career sheen, does he? Never mind. Let's knock him out. Well, that duel took a lot longer than what I thought it would. That's for sure. All the other duels took 2 or 3 turns. Alright, let's... No, I was aiming for Durat. I don't know if I've got that card. That one with the lady with her hands together. I don't know if I have that card. I think it might be Dorato's Blessing. Alright, the next one is Shardy, who's he's a bit of an interesting one. He's got some crush card on his field. He's not very difficult. He doesn't really have anything powerful enough to really cause you any problems. This is why this deck needs Solomon's Lawbook, because we're going to be drawing dud hands quite a lot. Although this deck is very susceptible to something like a Dark Hole or something. Like basically having your field swept, you could potentially lose all your monsters that you have in your deck. That fusion was Prisman and... Would that be a twin-headed Thunder Dragon? I'm not sure what that would fuse into. Alright, it's a monster. Boost Kirishine. Alright, I'm hoping he'll attack, which he probably will. Oh, Mystical Sand. Mystical Sand, any female monster fused with a rock, I think, makes that. Again, we have not got a good hand. No, that should be fine. Yeah, that electric lizard will be able to attack me, but it doesn't really matter. Won't do enough damage to cause any issue. Oh, there goes my controller. So yeah, 850 is not going to be enough damage to worry me. No, that's not 1800. Ah, that bloody crush terrain's in the way. Yeah, it's the annoying thing about Crush Terrain, although he's Electric Lizard's vulnerable to that other Kirishine that's next to him now. So that's fine. It'll get destroyed by Kirishine. And you know what? Let's get those two out of the hand. If I can get another equip card, I should be able to knock out, unless I'm getting the math wrong, but I don't think I am. There we go. Oh, in fact, I could have done it on one, but oh well, doesn't matter. So yeah, the AI will sort of like do a Desperado kind of strategy and just sort of sacrifice a monster that's going to get hit hard. Almost got three. Alright, after Shardy it is Jasper Dice Tutor. Or, yeah. Or Yugi's grandpa, Solomon Moto in the anime. So he is a bit of an annoying one because he's got that labyrinth wall protecting him, and if you leave him for long enough, he will summon Exodia. So you got to beat him fairly quick. Thankfully, we do get monsters straight up, which is very handy. The other annoying thing about him is that he will put down cards like ones that'll spellbind you. And yeah, he too will also try and get cards out of his hand so he can put down Exodia. Exodia is actually quite hard to summon in this. You actually need to have all of them down around Exodia's head as a deck leader. So now this time, 10 cards in, we've got all 3 Kirishines in our hand. Alright. We are in range. There is another strategy with this, I'll show you. I'll put Aqua Dragon in defense mode. What I'm hoping is that he'll attack it, and he's not going to. You put him in defense mode, they attack you, they lose life points, you attack in the next turn. Since you can't do direct attacks in this, that's actually a pretty strong strategy in this game. I'm guessing that's probably something that's going to spellbind me. Yep. That's a 3-turn spellbind as well. Like I said, Solomon Moto, what's his name in this? Jasper Dice Tutor. He's an absolute troll. Oh yeah, I've got same type friendliness, don't I? So I can move double even when they're not in terrain, if they're close enough to the deck leader. There's not really much to say right now. It's just this time-consuming duel that's really, really annoying. This is what I'm talking about with his deck. He has so many different, like, trolling cards that will just continue to spellbind you. But basically, he's looking to buy time so he can summon Exodia. Cheap strategy that won't work. As soon as that Aqua Dragon's free, that's going to come barreling after him. I don't know if my deck leader's close enough, because I know they need to be at a certain... I think they need to be a certain distance from the deck leader to get the double movement, but we'll get double movement to Aqua Dragon terrain. That'll likely be his first Exodia piece. Why has he not put that in defense mode? Unusual. Again, this game's AI does do strange things. Alright, that shouldn't be anything. Ah, oh, you were kidding me. That's 3 turns again. This is ridiculous. No, actually, you know what? I'm not waiting for him. I'm not going to wait the 3 turns for that. I might have to. No, yeah, I've always hated playing him, basically because of this reason. So yeah, that's probably another piece of Exodia. You know what? Bump Career Sheen off. Let's give Curse Breaker to Aqua Dragon so we can get off the Spellbind. No, I don't have to wait an extra turn. Alright, this should... Alright, we should be able to get rid of him in a couple of turns. Oh, oops. Went out of ocean terrain, lost power. Again, it shouldn't matter. Once Aqua Dragon's in, you will... What in the world? Literally just step his deck leader forward to take a hit. And ran over a pretty strong spell card in the process. Alright, that's a really good. If you're just going to throw the duel after all that time, that's ridiculous. Alright. I'm glad that's over. Alright, let's spin the reels there. Now the Stern Mystic, I know I don't have that card, I'm going to aim for it. Yep. Black Pendant, yep. Ah, nearly. Alright. That got it, yep, got him. Stern Mystic, I didn't have him. And there's no code for him either. Not every card has, every card might have a code, but the ones that are known on the internet, the Stern Mystic doesn't have one. Alright, we are off to Rennes. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Rennes. It's in France, maybe Renault or something. Again, Bakura's a bit of a annoying one as well. His deck leader will give him 50 life points per turn, which isn't really that concerning, but it's just that little bit of extra animation time that has to pop up. Alright, let's put Kirishine down. Oops, wrong order. And let's get rid of that crushed terrain. Yeah, on a map like this, you really hope to draw your Umi on your first turn, but I only have one of them, so... Good thing is though, I do have Aqua Dragon, which I can't play. Alright. I'll just wait. I don't need to do any more. Just get Aqua Dragon to the field. Alright, Mad Eating Plant. Aqua Dragon's effect will kick in and we'll put 1,000 point difference between them. I wish he kept that in the crushed terrain though. Again, what are they doing? He's just moved his deck leader into striking range of Aqua Dragon. Again, the AI on this game is so bizarre. Oh, I have in my hand. Spike Seadra. Another Dark Plant. That might even do it there. I didn't even need to attack his deck leader. Oh, that'll destroy my Aqua Dragon though. Oh well. Doesn't matter now. Alright, a lot of fake traps. Dark Plant. Oh, 2 Dark Plants. 3 Dark Plants? Ah! Damn you. I've got Blue Eyes White Dragons from them. You generally just... Usually you just get something stupid like a Toon Summon Skull or something. Alright, we're at Yugi. He is a bit cheap. He does have Mirror Force in his deck. So you do need to be careful of that. But apart from that, Yugi doesn't have anything really that powerful. He's got strong monsters, but he doesn't really boost them up that much, so... It's really just Mirror Force that you really got to be careful of, because you can load your field, have everything set and ready, make an attack, and then you'd lose your whole field, everything in attack mode. And it's pretty rare that you have stuff in defense mode when you're playing this, because you need to move your cards forward the way the game's designed, so you've usually got your cards in defense mode. Sorry, attack mode. You've usually got them in attack mode. Don't need to use Mirror Ball against Yugi. He's not strong enough to warrant me having to use that against him. Shift. Unbelievable. Fake trap. Yeah, he literally just used shift and put his own card in crushed terrain. I mean, we've pretty much got him already. There's not really much more we can do. Nope, that's a monster. He's only got 2,800 left anyway. Alright, so Sea Serpent's done pretty well against that. Against Yugi's line of opponents. So usually at this time you would see a scene of Yugi invading... Wait, no, because I've gone Kaiba's side first. Oh, 2 Dark Magicians, alright. Soldier Stone. Oh, come on! So usually now you would go to the Stonehenge per story. You line up all the rose cards and you end up fighting these two. Oh, which one was which? I can't remember which one was which. Like for each arc. Tell you what, we'll do Chakra and we'll do Skull Knight for the other one. I can't remember if it's a Chakra deck or it's the Skull Knight deck that you fight after Yugi. But yes, after defeating Yugi, you then have to defeat this guy. Okay, Umi, that's handy. Now, yeah, he does have very trolly cards. He's got Ryoku, I'm pretty sure he's got Raigeki. He's got a few tremendous fires as well. He's an absolute prick to duel. Although the Chakra deck's a little bit more forgiving, as I've... it's another really crap hand. Don't need a hand like this against an opponent like this. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of them. Come on. Yeah, another downside to this game, it is a very cool game, but it is a bit slow, like how everything on the board moves. Alright, finally we get something. And you know what? He's a cheap duelist. I'm going to be a cheap duelist. I'm going to put that in defense mode. He's going to attack it. He's going to lose a ton of life points, and I should be able to finish him off the next... What are you doing? For God's sake. Kinetic Soldier. Does that double its strength if it's battling a warrior? Yeah, it increases 2,000 bonus points when battling against warrior monsters. That's absolutely mad. Let's see if we can draw an equip card to give to Kirishin. No, nothing but garbage. It's also an annoying field. Those Labyrinth make it hard to cut the deck leader off. Or harder. But from here, Aqua Dragon should be able to do most of it. Alright, that is a monster. Toon Summon Skull. From memory, the Chakra deck is a bit more monster thing. I think it's the Skull Knight one that's got all the real trolly kind of cards in it. If you're wondering what that does, it drains all my summoning points. Either way, we should just about have him now. There you go, again his AI has put the card in the wrong spot, which makes him vulnerable to an attack. Alright, so that would be Kaiba's arc done. So from here you would circle the rose cards. Kaiba, or Rosencruz as he's called in here, will then give you a little speech. He'll give you a little emblem and says that his family's like always in your debt or whatever. And then he just disappears. And then you go home. Back to your own time period, out of 1485, back to whatever era it is your player comes from. So after that, the game, if you go back into continue game, you'll get the Simon Moran, or Simon McMoran, I think he's called in this cutscene again. You'll be at Stonehenge, and then when you side with him, the first duelist you get is Weevil and Rex Raptor. Usually I would duel Weevil first. In terms of difficulty, they're pretty much both the same. Rex is a little bit more annoying to duel because he's got labyrinth terrain all over the place, but in terms of the duelists, they're both pretty much the same difficulty. So, Simon McMoran's choice of side will give you more duelists to battle earlier on. Which is a bit easier in the early game because you have more choices of opponent to battle. It maybe gives you the opportunity to get a few more cards. Although Taya does have Soul of the Pure, which is quite a handy card at the start of the game. I'm going to use a defense strategy. Have him attack me and then I'll attack him. Rick. 2,500. I didn't think he was going to come with something 2,500 on the first turn. That's very rare of Weevil. Usually the first thing he sends with the field bonus usually doesn't get above 2,000. Usually he sends like Nightmare Scorpion or something early on. But it is no issue. Let's get rid of those two. Alright, we will get rid of Giant Flea. And we'll now have to push forward. Hopefully I can draw Umi. Get rid of his forest. Once Weevil loses his forest, he's pretty much crippled. He can't battle you back. Only got one equip card. Right, that should be fine. It'll give us some more Umi field as well using Kirishin's effect. I hate that card. Honestly, that infinite dismissal, I honestly hate that card. Yep, it also blocks Kirishin's effect. It's a 3-turn spellbind, so I don't really care if he... Oh, and he's come up with Rose Spectre as well. Weevil's thrown his strongest army, full force. He does also have the ability to get a perfectly ultimate Great Moth as well. Weevil's AI again is a bit hokey. He will make weird moves. He will do silly things. Alright, let's put Aqua Dragon to the field. Alright, there's Nightmare Scorpion. It's only a 1-turn spellbind though, so it's not too bad. Yeah, he does do that as well. He will put cards to the side of you and just pretty much sacrifice them. So that's a petite moth, he's just lost a duel. Has he? Nearly 250. Hunter Spider would have been alright there, but the sea terrain will kick in from Kirishin. Hunter Spider gets knocked out. We should get the win on the next turn. Because Weevil moves his cards again into areas they can get attacked. No, it was a magic card. What was it? Bear Trap. Alright, let's get rid of Nightmare Scorpion just for the hell of it. Alright, that'll put Kirishine in range. Let's... play Umi so we can... Don't really need to, but it will give Kirishine and Aqua Dragon just that little extra security by giving them a terrain bonus. Or he will move his card next to Aqua Dragon and get destroyed. Alright, next will be Rex Raptor. I usually battle him after Weevil, as it makes sense with him being one of the starting opponents. Card graveyard. Alright. Alright, Rose Vector. Alright, there's two. Basic Insect, and then... Alright. Ah, you are kidding me. You are kidding me. I've got at least 3 in a row by now. Alright, Rex Raptor. Again, not too difficult. His terrain is covered with Wasteland, which we are weak to. Fortunately though, we've got a lot of terrain changing effects, so that won't be a problem. Fisher and Aquadeck would struggle with this. And first hand we get Umi, which is very handy. Can't play it dead center of the field though like I'd like to, because all the Labyrinth are in the way. Alright, that's probably Trachodon or Little D or something. Alright, we'll place Aqua Chorus down. Alright, I'm hoping for an equip card. Either that or a better monster. Then Tachomenas. Alright, that's good. Let's use them. Let's hold him there for a turn. As I could use the attack and defend strategy. Yeah, Sparks is a useless card and his 50 damage just isn't viable. Alright. Crawling Dragon. Not often you go in with 2100 points and lose 2000 life points. Alright, Solomon's Lawbook. I just need something. Fine, that'll do. Won't be enough to end the duel, but it'll extend the water terrain a little bit. Anthrosaurus. Well, that's not going to win. And from here we just need to push forward. Oops. That was an accident. I didn't actually mean to put Takraminas down. I actually meant to put the equip card down. And then put it onto Kirishine and push him forward. You know what, instead let's do this. Let's put Takraminas over Kirishine, which will give him a new attack target because it's face down. And still being 3100 in terrain that makes him weak is actually more than enough to chase down his deck leader. There's only a handful of cards in his deck that would be able to get enough power. One would be Brachioradus. He nearly did it with that Yorubi, to be honest though. Alright, now knowing Raptor, he will attack this turn. And he doesn't. That's surprising. I would have thought he would have attacked there. It looks like we might actually have to cut him off down that right side pathway. Otherwise, yeah, he'll just sit there and defend for the whole time. Rugby cool, yeah, it looks like he's going to escape momentarily down that side, which is really annoying. And that's why I didn't attack, it was a magic card. It was Eternal Rest. Destroys all zombie monsters on the field. So basically, what he's going to do, he's just going to run and he's going to keep putting a card behind him to try to hold my Sea King Dragon. So with a with the terrain bonus, Kirishine's a better choice than Takraminas anyway. That'll be stronger than any card Weevil has in his deck. Strongest dinosaur monster in the game is Brachioradus, which has 2200. But there we go, easy win. Annoying win, but easy win. Wonder how far away Kirishine is from getting another, like, deck leader promotion. He shouldn't be far off. He's been pretty much a difference maker in all the duels. Alright, there's two in a row again. Alright, one then the other. Ah, oh, come on. It usually rolls a couple of frames. Alright, so then the paths break away. You can... So Weevil's ones go up here. Usually I don't fight Pegasus straight away because he's quite strong. Usually I would go to Keith. At this stage of the game. Sometimes I do go down to Panic or Darkness Hauler as he's called in this, but he's actually quite difficult to beat. He's got some trap cards and stuff. Keith, he's strong, but he's not that good. I usually use Aqua of the Maiden and use Aqua water cards for this, so I usually beat Bandit Keith very easily. Because he will get a terrain disadvantage in water. And for this deck, the same thing applies. He won't do well against Kirishine or Aqua Dragon. I don't want to use Spike Seadra. Alright, let's try another hand. Still rubbish. Spike Seadra is not any use. Same with Takraminas. There's only Kirishine and Aqua Dragon are really any use. Even Seeking Dragon. He's 2000, but he's not useful. So we need the monsters that convert the terrain. Alright, let's try again. There we go. That's what we need. $2,800, and that's with a 500 point deficit from being in the terrain of Wasteland. Now he should attack with that. See, now there I could have put Kirishine in defense mode and Giant Mech Soldier, who would have been like 2700. Keith actually buffed him up quite a lot. Alright, if I draw a good monster on the next hand, I can attack this card down on this left corridor of the map. And so we'll put it all back into sea terrain. He'll move his deck leader. Cool, Aqua Dragon, this should do it. 12, not quite, almost. Alright, but Kirishine and Aqua Dragon are basically just going to box him in. You'd have to summon Barrel Dragon or Slot Machine with a couple of equipped cards to get over Kirishine or Aqua Dragon. Well, it's all over now. Get rid of Gigatech Wolf. Alright, and we will remove the last of his life points. Yeah, when you've got aqua cards that can change the terrain, Keith is very, very easy. These monsters just lose too much attack points. I'm going to aim for Slot Machine. Gigatech Wolf it is. Didn't get him. You can make a very good machine deck on this game as well. If you have Machine King, when he's in defense mode, he gives your machines all a boost. So usually here, Labyrinth Ruler is not too hard. Again, he's a bit of an annoying one to duel because of his terrain, the way he's got his field set up. Oh, that's handy. We've got Kirishine on our first turn, so we can get past that crush terrain that you see here. Oh, there we go. We got Umi. I'm actually going to use the attack and defend strategy here, because Labyrinth Ruler is just a pain in the ass to duel. So I'm hoping that's a monster. Oh, it is. Okay. What monster is it? Oh, it's Yugioh Gumo. He lost 100 life points. Alright, Yugioh Gumo is 2200. Of course he does. Yeah, he does have a few life point recovery cards. Goblin Secret Remedy does 1,000 as well. It's annoying. Alright. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to get as many equip cards as I can, put them on Kirishine and... Oops. I actually meant to keep that Solomon's Law book. Alright, he's in range. So hopefully, yeah, he'll move it one more. Now he's in range to attack. So I should have actually ditched him last hand. So he'll attack with Jiragumo. He'll lose a chunk of life points. Okay, he must have an effect that gets rid of power. I didn't know he had that effect. Yeah, well, crap, I did not know Jiragumo had that effect. Well, that backfired. That backfired horribly. I wasted like 4 equip cards as well. I hate how they do this as well, how they've got to select every card before they end their turn. Well, I'll have to send Seeking Dragon in to do the attack. Let's try and... yeah, that's what I want, Aqua Dragon. Try... because that'll be a monster card, I think. I would assume... here we go. Alright, well that'll be Wall Shadow. Alright, I'm gonna move that here. Move Aqua Dragon back. Alright, what I'll do is I'll put that in defense. Let's push you forward. That was a Gate Guardian ritual. Alright, so what I want Wall Shadow to do is to move to that square there. Then I'll drop in Then I'll drop Aqua Dragon in and we'll use the defense attacker strategy to get his life points down. Yep, that is another strategy he employs. He will use a magical labyrinth to take from the field, that way he can cut you off. Oh, I hope he attacks Kirishine. Oh, this is shaping up to be a really long duel. Alright, Solomon's Lawbook. Do we have anything that can cause more damage? A couple of dragon treasures. Well, luckily he selected Aqua Dragon, so he'll flush quite a few points off this. But now it's going to be an absolute, he's going to be an absolute prick to get out of there. Because all of his cards are on the opposite side of the field, he has to move his cursor the whole way across. Yeah, unfortunately this is just what happens when you battle Labyrinth Ruler, is this. And it will just take you ages to get over to him. They're the only cards I have left in the deck. Yeah, it is a downside of this game, is that the AI can employ strategies like this, basically stall strategies. Let's move that over. I wonder if Kirishine would have enough to get his life points off, or if I should go in with Aqua Dragon. No, oh no, good, it's face up. Ah, oh, it's a Dream Clown. That's an eternal spellbound. There's no use keeping it on the field. Well, better it got Kirishine than Aqua Dragon, I guess. Aqua Dragon does have the better effect. But it is a dangerous duel. I've only got a handful of cards left. So if anything happened to the 3 monsters on the field, I wouldn't have anything left to like duel with. No, piercing damage isn't a thing in this game, unfortunately. Be nice if it was. Well, even if Kirishine fails for whatever reason, he's got Aqua Dragon there to back him up. Unbelievable, this duel's gone nearly 25 turns. 50 turns if you count, because it doesn't count down when they end their turn. I did not think this duel was going to go for this long. All it was a bloody needleworm. Unbelievable. Alright, well he's pinned. Or checkmated, whatever you want to call it, so... Yeah, when you surround their summoning space and they can't summon, you win automatically. Well, that took a lot longer than what it needed to. Magical Labyrinth. Alrighty. From here, alright, let's do Pegasus. This is quite a tough one as well. Pegasus, he's got some very nasty cards in his deck. From memory, I think he's got shadow spells. So here's another one which I will actually use a strategy of trying to get him to waste his life points. I don't think he has mind read ability in this game, like he did in like Forbidden Memories, where he knows what cards you got on the field. Tide. So yeah, Pegasus, from memory, he's got a lot of cards like Shadow Spell stuff in the deck. And with him being surrounded by his Toon World, he can be quite difficult to beat. Alright. He does also have Ukazi as well, so if you run low on life points, he will use that on you as well. Oh yeah, that's one of them. It's only a one-turn spellbind, so that's not too bad. Shouldn't need... No, I won't need Mirror Wall on Pegasus. It's a bit extreme. Right, let's put Kirishine in. Alright, that'll, in theory, that'll put Aqua Dragon in range. Fusions for Pegasus. I don't know what he has in fusions. I don't duel him enough to really know his deck that well, to be honest. Let's have a look. Dragon Piper and Niratori. Alright, that's probably a Flame Cerberus. Alright, that's alright. I don't want that activating on Aqua Dragon. The only thing that makes Pegasus remotely difficult are these stupid trap cards that he has. Alright, there's another Kirishine. That will mostly destroy his Toon Worlds. Alright, let's move Aqua Dragon in. Sagi the Dark Clown. Alright, we can move Kirishine in. Won't do a lot of damage because of that deck leader being in Toon terrain, but whittle him down pretty quick. We do have another Kirishine if we need it. Toon Mermaid. Oh, he drew Toon Summon Skull. Alright, let's get rid of him. Alright, the next one after this is her name Ishtar in this, I think? Alright, to the reels. There's merit control. There's two. There we go. Alright, we got three. And we get a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I've only got 3 of them already. Although I can have one as a deck leader and have 3 in the decks, so when I do a dragon run, I can still get the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Alright, let's beat Ishtar. She's not difficult. I think there is crush terrain on her field though. Which is pretty much the only annoying thing about the duel. It's not a difficult match. That's not a fantastic starting hand. Well, it's not a bad starting hand, but it's not good for what we need. I need Umi. That Curse Breaker won't do anything to it, but... I'll try and lure that card into the water. Bolt this Gargot, huh? There's not many Thunder types in this deck, in this game either. Really? You're going to leave your deck leader there? You're in range. Alright, this will be a quick one. Oh well, quick one's a good one. But she's got nothing in her deck to stand up against any of these Sea Serpents. Although I think she does have Aqua Dragon, now that I think about it. But no, she's easy. Most of her cards are like 1,000. As you see from 4 cards in the reels. Oh, there's 2. Oh yeah, 3 in a row again. We get Enchanted Javelin, really. Finally hit 3 in a row and I get nothing good. No, I mean Blue Eyes White Dragon's still good, isn't it? But Enchanted Javelin, I did not need that. Alright, so from here I would backtrack and we would usually go and fight Darkness Ruler. Alright, I'm going to get rid of Enchanted Javelin. Alright. Command Knight. No, Tactical Warrior. That's Tremendous Fire. And Forest. Okay. Again, nothing new. Like I did say before, I can't really get anything new from Reincarnate. It'd be very, very few cards that I actually need. So since we beat Rex, we can also battle Bonz as well. So it's just Darkness Ruler and Bonz that are left. And then it's Richard. No, it's Kaiba. Who come first, Kaiba or Richard on this game? I think it might have actually been Richard slashing. Nope. Alright, good hand. Let's get rid of these. Darkness Ruler, he again is a really, really annoying one to duel against because he has got trap cards. Really annoying ones. Actually, you know what, let's play Kirishine first. Get us some terrain. Yeah, that's why I played Kirishine, because I knew you'd have a trap card. Now he'll probably play something to attack it. Or not. Okay. Yep, that was a magic card, or a trap card. It was a Gorgon's Eye, which is a very, very dangerous card on this game. Anything that gets put into defense mode gets eternally spellbound. Yeah, not a very nice trap card at all. Gorgon's Eye. There we go, another trap card. Like half of this dude's deck is trap cards. So that's why you have to do this at the start to get rid of all of these traps. It's unfortunate that we didn't have another equip card, otherwise this duel would already be over. Alright, he's got 250 measly life points left. And he plays a monster card because he's run out of trap cards. And man-eating treasure chest. Alright, Bonz is next, then Richard, then Kaiba, and then the last Manoan. And then the Sea Serpent run is over. Yeah, the Sea Serpent deck, is that 2 mod? No, missed it. Treasure chest, almost. 2 mod. Damn. Alrighty, one more Duelist. Bonz. And that, in story, would have given us our 8th Rhodes card. After that, you see the little scene with Yugi. But it's not really a very interesting scene, it's just him standing on a boat and invading England. Or... his real name on this game is Henri Tudor. Alright. Bonz. He's a weird one. He has actually got a pretty good deck. He's got a lot of equip cards, as you see. He's powered up by the Wasteland terrain. He also has Pumpkin the King of Ghosts in his deck, which can give his monsters 100 extra attack points per turn. So he is actually a pretty risky duelist to play against sometimes. But his first card, even with 2 equip cards, isn't going to have 2800 points. Especially when it's in defense mode, because Clown Zombie does not start with any defense points. Alright, on turn 2 we are in range of his deck leader. He'll book it, make a run for it. Fused together, that is probably a Pumpkin the King of Ghosts fusion. Oh no, actually it's probably Armored Zombie. Yeah. No, maybe not. Oh, we don't get any cards we need. Alright, I'm going to move Kirishine into striking distance. Alright, that's attack minus will do. Again, Bonz is a really weird duelist. He seems to refrain from attacking if he can, and he will just run his cards side by side like that, which won't do him any good. Alright, Skelgan, that'll be 1300 points off. Chorus. Could have actually played that first, did more damage. I'll just leave Kirishine for a turn, because Weevil, not Weevil, Bonz. Bonz does have stuff in his deck that can get over 2400 pretty easily. Skelgan. Although we pretty much should have him from here. He's running out of places to run. Yeah, that's what he does. He'll move cards right into spots where you can attack them. Alright, 3900 is coming onto that card. Oh, Bud remains. Gain a little bit of a point boost from that, but not enough. 700 points. Attack there. I'm surprised he didn't just... No, well, there you go. I was going to say I'm surprised he didn't move it into the water, but there you go. Yep. Summon another Kirishine. I think summoning a monster alone gives it some points towards its leader promotion. There we go, duel is over. Alright, that would have been the 8th white rose card, or red, whose colour was who? Would have been our 8th white rose card. Alright, I'm going to go for Skelgan, there's 2 of them. Alright, come on, let's get 3. Skelgan and Skelgan, alright. Got it, almost. So from here, you would go to Bosworth Field to defeat Richard Slashing of York. He is not a difficult opponent. He plays like M Warrior 1 and 2. Might play a Rude Kaiser or a Garuzis or something, or a Judge Man maybe, but he's got nothing. discard a hand. And with Solomon's Law Book though, it's not too bad. So after this, it's Kaiba and the other Manawin. I'm going to try bait him to attack. Alright, let's attack. That'll give a 1,000-point turnaround as well from the terrain change. Whatever that is, it won't be very strong. Yeah, and Warrior. Yeah, you know he's based off a real figure from history, Richard / King Richard III. It's kind of what this game's story is loosely based off. King Richard III. Fun fact, they found him under a Leicester car park over in England a few years ago. The remains of him, the Battle of Bosworth, 1485. King Richard fought in it and lost. But yeah, somehow some historians managed to pinpoint a location where they thought that he might be. It was underneath a Leicester car park, and sure enough, they found his remains. You know, nearly, what, 530 odd years on, however long it was. They reckon he got hit in the head by a spear or something. He had a blunt force head trauma wound. So yeah, he's not a difficult opponent on this. You ever wonder what maybe some of these like figures of history were like as people? It's interesting to think about. Alright, with him beaten, you would go back to the Stonehenge and you would duel Kaiba or Seto. He's not difficult. Even though he's got blue eyes white dragons, he's not difficult. Alright, let's start off with ditching them. So what Kaiba will do, he'll go to this corner here with his deck leader and try and use it as like a vantage point. Alright, I'm going to use the attack and defense strategy. So I'm going to put Aqua Dragon in defense mode. Okay, he didn't move. Okay, there he goes. He always moves sort of like into position there. You know what, he could summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, just in case he does summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, he would beat Aqua Dragon. I don't want that. Let's move Kirishine in. And let's come around with Aqua Dragon. I wonder if they're trap cards or magic cards. No, it's definitely a monster. Hannibal Necromancer. I don't know what that card does on this game. Okay, that does not benefit Kaiba's deck in any way. Swordstalker, that gets 100 points for each monster in the graveyard. Now his deck leader's in range and he's already ended its turn. So he's actually vulnerable to getting knocked out now. And I'll take it. Alright, we've got one more duel left and it's with the cheating Manawin Fablid, whatever his name is. Was a pretty easy win in the end. There's only 2 cards to aim for in this. Alright, the last duelist is Skull Knight's Manawin. We just saved before him. Because he, at any deck you have against him, he is capable of winning. And I don't want my win-loss record to be destroyed. Alright, so annoyingly he has got Crush terrain all over the place. Which is a really terrible field to be having to duel someone of this caliber on. So yeah, his deck, he's got cards like Ryoku. Pretty sure he's got Raigekis, he's moved his deck leader in as well. And thing is, none of the Sea Serpents are under 1500 attack, they're all over, so... So actually mounting an offense against him can actually be quite difficult. I was sure that I had more than one Umi on this game as well. Well, thankfully he hasn't used a Ryoku yet. And like, yeah, a lot of the time he'll draw it on his first hand and just rip half your life points off. And then we'll follow by using 2 tremendous fires. Not gonna need tackle minus. Alright. I am going to move up here. I'm going to put this here. That's what he was going for, Gravity Bind. I think that's Eternal Spellbound. Yeah. So he's probably figured out that that's not a monster. Grave Robber. There wouldn't have been any card to Grave Rob. As long as he doesn't draw anything crazy, we're actually in a good position to battle him. He himself, he also doesn't have really any cards under 1500. I think he might have Gate Dig. Ah, you... So Time Seal will spellbound the monster on the field with the highest attack. Eternally as well. Oops, I didn't mean to move Kirishine there. Ah, there we go, there's a Ryoku. Alright, well fair's fair. If you're going to play Ryoku, I'm going to play Mirror Wall. It's only fair, you get a card that powerful, I get a card that powerful. Dark Elf. I'm not sure what that's effect is on this. Huh. Alright, let's... Well, we've already lost Aqua Dragon. So it's going to have to be Kirishines that win it from here. If I could turn that field to water as well, that would be very handy. Alright. Yeah, well, fair's fair. You used Ryoku, therefore I use Mirror Wall. Alright, what was that? Cosmic Queen's Prayer. Gemini off, okay. He has like Summon Skull in his deck, he has Skull Knights. But when you've got cards like Ryoko at your disposal, it doesn't matter how strong your monsters are. If they're getting a 2,000 point advantage, you're going to be able to attack most things you put on the field. Don't know what card that was. Diankito the Cure Master. I'm amazed. Why wouldn't you use that? Alright, well now his deck leader's essentially trapped, so... Oh, look at that. Tremendous fire. Like I said, he is a very cheap duelist. He will use very cheap tactics to try to win. The thing is, if he's got another one in his hand, he'll use it next turn and he'll win. Ah! I had Aqua Chorus in my hand. Oh, you are... Oh my god. I thought that was a tremendous fire. Oh, that must immediately end his turn. Well, he's only going to last one more hit. Oh yeah, he did have that, didn't he? Right, its attack's been halved and it's still got 2,300 points. That's just how ridiculous Ryoko is. Alright, let's beat him. Get rid of him. Alright, so there we go. That is the Sea Serpent deck run. Interesting because of how few monsters it has, but not too bad. Alright, let's do a last roulette spin. Dark Elf. Almost got it. I don't know if I had a Dark Elf. I don't think I did. I don't remember there being a code for it. Alright, that is everyone. That is the Sea Serpent deck has beaten every duelist in the game and has, well, it would have passed the story. There we go. I didn't have a Dark Elf. I do have a reincarnation. So let's do Rude Kaiser just for the hell of it. Okay, Great Mammoth of Goldfind. Patrol Robo. Yaiba Robo, okay. And Giac Tenno. Yabarova, didn't need any of them. But we got a Dark Elf, so that's something new. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you've stuck around this long, really do appreciate the company. What type monster do you want to see next? Leave a comment. I will do requests first. Wherever you are in the world, take care. We'll see you soon.